Why? Hey guys, um, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? I'm getting my guest in the room. Remember, you can ask me whatever you wanna ask. Hello, Buitumelo. Are you ready to join us? Type your email address there. Let me get space in, guys. Today I'm talking to Swart Black. This guy's been doing all my sound on my movies. 99% of my movies, from the first movie I ever made when I never made anything before. And then I tried to do some stuff without him, and it was shit. And then I had to use him again. He's not cheap. He's worth it. And my other guest, ladies and gentlemen, uh, the one and only from David Cow's house. You guys are always asking me about him here. Uh, Space is in the house. I've sent Space the link. He just bought 1 gig data, so we don't have space for too long. Swart, I've sent you the link. I've sent to your phone. I've emailed. Bitumelo, do you want the link? Type your email address. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't make it last night. A friend of mine's mom passed away. It's on my TD song. We went for a bereavement. It was supposed to be like a 6:30 prayer thing and blah blah blah. You know, very small. Hello, Zanokolo. And then we stayed, and he was about to travel home today or tomorrow, and we probably won't make it to the funeral. So we kind of had to kind of be there, And I couldn't even now take out my phone and be like, hey guys, I can't come in, or I can't see you tonight. But sorry, I didn't pitch for appointment yesterday. I feel like life has just gone back to almost normal, and now I'm hoping I can keep this going and I can balance and be here. I want to be here every night, 10 p.m. Uh, no, it's okay. It happens. The usual suspects: Itumeleng, Godfrey, Mapaso, Alozano, Fani. Uh, Everybody's here. The usual suspects. Uh, Space. He was there, then he wasn't there. ah, yeah. I've been having long days since Monday. I feel like life is just not normal. Obviously, there are no performances, then there won't be shows for a long time. So not exactly normal. I didn't get a haircut. I cut my own hair, Baba. So this is me if I haven't cut my hair in about 2 days or 3 days. That's what I look like. I'm not going to a hair salon, chief, for a hair salon for a haircut. I've been cutting my own hair for years. I go sometimes to support my barber when I take my kid. Um, Temba, what's up? Sibonele. Uh, Mukshin Kabelka. Good evening, David. I trust Troy well. I trust Troy well. Just want to say that you are my favorite South African comedian, one of the best comedians in the world. Thanks, Muksin Kabelka. Big fan. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Guys, space has disappeared. I don't know. Fine, please don't go there, bruh. If you knew the space jokes that we've made in the past 5, 6 years, yes, you don't understand. Um, Swart, Autolen Tora, let me send to Amu as well. So yeah, man, I had a busy day on Monday, and then this thing happened yesterday, and then I had another long day today. I almost didn't make it, but I have to be here. and I'm here. And guys, don't be shy. Uh, Guys, can you all just ask uh, Buitumelo to send me her email address, or so I can send her the link? She's here every night. Buitumelo, where were you on Monday? You were not here on Monday. Um, put your email address there. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. When I say this is the best sound guy in the country or in town, I mean that. I don't know why their faces are upside down, but let me see.
No either.
I Swart, you are upside down. You are sideways.
Never.
You are.
No,
You are,
no, man, I
you
could
are
never.
sideways. You and space are
I'm
both
sideways.
sideways.
How?
You and space are both sideways.
How? I'm sideways. How? I'm here.
Are you guys starting with the comedy
Wham,
show?
wham, wham,
Let me
wham.
show you what you all look like.
I could never be sideways, bruh.
I'll show you exactly what you look like on screen. Uh, check your phone there. Swart, check your WhatsApp. You are like this. Your faces are like this. Not like that. Space is now turning his camera.
And then now?
No, you're still sideways. I'm renovating my house. We do just the other day I was not true. I'll bring you back, space. Yeah, you're gonna have to turn your camera around. Yeah, no, I apologize for not being here yesterday. Swart is back. Uh,
Am I on the right
space,
way?
yeah.
Space papa
Mari,
ne o kentse power hour papa. Bona e fedile 50 megabytes and out.
I can't see the emojis, man. What was your first impression when you saw space? Space, you are sideways, bruh.
Space,
Jigisa
please
phone.
tilt your
Jigisa phone.
camera.
Tilt your phone. Yeah, yeah. Go back. Please
Yeah.
go back. Now you're upside down.
Ke
Now
di-pro
you're fine.
trackers, eh?
Now space is fine. Ha! Ladies and gentlemen.
Is it fine now?
Papa, bona space.
Hey, space. What are you involved
Space
in?
da, papa.
Were you involved in a fight?
Yeah? Yeah?
What
O
are you
petile ke
involved
corona, mtho.
in?
Yo. I can't hear you guys.
You can hear us. Yeah, no space.
Why
You're
are why are we hearing kwa now?
space.
Kwa again.
It's space today. Space today.
Yo, I can't hear you.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, those of you who don't know, I've got a TV show on my YouTube channel. It used to be on a TV channel called Star Times or Star Set. We're live, boy.
Sure,
Uh,
Prakawa, now how's it?
I can hear you, sir.
Sure,
Now
banana.
Space.
I'm good, bro. Space.
Yeah.
So yeah, guys, I have a TV
Yeah, I'm
show on
here.
my YouTube channel called David Carl's House. It used to be on Star Set or Star Time season one. We've shot season two. I haven't put it up on YouTube yet. Another 20 episodes. Um, Space pretty much became the theory of my own reality show because he's worked for me for a couple of years. Um, and Swart has been pretty much all my movies, all those movies I've made from Zanzi Magic, Dave Gow's house, all my comedy shows, pretty much all over the country. Swart has been doing. Swart is the guy. My only commercial or infomercial I shot for Vision Money. You did the sound then.
Yeah,
Marwat,
definitely. I only do commercials, bruh. Now you know it's me, commercials and documentaries.
but you are expensive, Swart.
No, but I can't be expensive. Like expensive, you don't have to do it twice. You do it once.
No, I learned that lesson when I did the Taxi Ride series and I tried to do it without you. I saw flames. I know there's an entire episode that it shouldn't even have gone on air just from how shit the sound was. But
Yeah.
but
Like
if people don't know, Taxi Ride
Like I can hear
7
you
to
guys
8 years
properly.
ago. That was the first time I ever directed,
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
it's on my YouTube channel now. I think it's now over 1 million views on my YouTube channel. Those of you who haven't seen it, I still have about 2,000 DVDs of Taxi Ride. So if you guys want me to sell them to you, let me know. Or it will cost you more. I think if I give it to you for free, you must pay for delivery. So,
Re tla tlisa DVD, papa.
uh, Tabi, Tabi, send me your email address here or in the comments if you want to join us for a few minutes. Because I'm assuming you are a doctor or you are a nurse. I don't know. But I think it'll be lovely to talk to you considering we all just gone back to these dodgy levels. Space, did you go and queue for alcohol?
Yo, like the line is bad. I can't hear you properly.
Space, did you queue for alcohol? Alcohol, alcohol.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't queue for alcohol because I'm actually getting a gift. So I didn't really want to go queue for alcohol.
Were you drinking during lockdown?
I
Eh?
Were you drinking during lockdown? Did you have
Um,
alcohol?
yeah, I had alcohol. You know, in Soweto you can get anything and everything. There's there's alcohol everywhere. There's cigarettes everywhere. There's everything
but space, you don't
which you
you
can
don't even
find.
smoke, bruh.
Guys, leave space.
Like I
Space is
just
in Soweto. The data is Soweto. His phone is Soweto. Leave space alone. I can see space. I can hear him. So, Kovachev, did you have alcohol throughout?
Chief, if you
Eh?
were
One of
on
you
my
need
Instagram,
to switch off whatever is playing in the background.
who? Me?
Otherwise, one of you, there's something playing in the background, like
Yo,
a TV or.
yeah, my line.
I'm fana nane
Like I don't
ke
know
dula
who's
le
doing what.
seqhwaka le mo ntlong fana tsebo.
So, Tabi, let me know if you are medical professional, if you want to talk to us for like 2 minutes. So, I feel like we are back in level one, guys. I think we're already in level one. People are just living their best lives. Everyone is out there in the streets trying to hustle.
Yeah,
Um,
Mm.
and
yeah.
I
Like
know
even here in Soweto, nobody cares about all these levels.
Like seqhwaka sa ka
There's
ne
kids
se
on the
qeta ho tswa no.
streets.
because I know that the hospitals and the emergency sections are already filling up. The casualty room from day one, the numbers in the casualty already doubled, and we all know. I mean, our country and alcohol have a special relationship, and obviously the infection.
Mm, mm,
We're now
mm,
in
mm.
the almost 2,000 a day new infections rate. That's where we are. But now the alcohol has has added the usual alcohol issues. And in the middle of that, guys, a cash in transit heist in Kagiso. Kwabatla. I'm our South Africans take shit levels. Yes, yes, Did anyone see the footage for that cash in transit heist? You guys see it?
No, like
Yeah,
I saw the footage. Ne? The footage is good and bad, bruh. Like,
yeah,
would you miss out on possibly R1 million? Like, I wouldn't have.
yeah, same here. I
I
wouldn't have
personally
because
wouldn't. I
anyway, I
wouldn't.
need it.
But they blew up the money as well, these guys.
Yeah, but then now what I'm saying, guys, it's a matter of, and then that time I just passed that place now because I was going to a shoot like in the morning. I passed it literally when it was announced. I passed it like literally 10 minutes ago, and
Yes.
my crew, which I was with, they were like, "Hey guys, we should go back." I'm like, "Aye, Baba, now let's just go and actually shoot stuff."
People were picking up 100 rands and 20 rands, but they looked like they were banned and they were bombed, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, and like, did you also see that new town where they stole alcohol? That shop, right?
Or the one that
They went the
the money heist one,
Yeah, yeah. The money has to one
where they dug from
and stole
from
from.
underground.
Yeah, that was sick. Yo, that was clever. That in a way it was clever, but they only stole alcohol anyway.
Yeah, but alcohol worth
That was the only
300,000.
thing they stole.
If it's alcohol
Guys,
costing 300,000, they can sell it for 3 times that, or 2 or 3 times that.
like Ali Konulo switcher on, like, the trick works. Like, if you guys go, let's try to microwave lay light for 30 seconds, like your network, I can't be breaking. Or must I come and change the mics there or something? I don't know.
No, I'm fine. Get space.
Yeah,
Ricky mute
it's
just space.
like
Let me mute space.
no, like I'm also hearing breaking. Yeah, not on a fiber.
Yeah, you
Tshepo
see, it's
Swart.
space. No, man. Like, how can I break if I've got fiber in the house, Joe? Like, I can't break.
Guys, I'm gonna have to stop interviewing black people. The first 20 minutes of the show, we are trying to fix the networks and the data and the fiber and
No,
the
like, it's space. I get in a space or Oshapaka power hour.
So
Uh,
how are cafe?
Le power hour, get 50 megs for 1 hour. If you finish it, then it's done. Space knows about it. Definitely he knows about it.
Space Yano.
You
Yo,
see? You see?
I
You see? You see, I've been telling you.
Swart, are you using your phone or
Oh, what
laptop?
connector? No.
It's a phone.
Tshepo, are you using your phone or laptop?
No, like, space is reconnecting. Yeah?
Are you using your phone or laptop?
No, I'm using my phone. Or do you want me to use my laptop?
You can use your phone, but put it down. Yeah, Skashla, we move.
Okay.
There's another group of guys. Bashaile, I don't know, Shoprite Checkers or whatever, before the pension payout. Bapri, COVID, PP, yeah. Mask is at screen.
PPEs.
Now, no. Barabato check or in Dow for
Emuna.
200,000. This is all today, guys.
Like,
In the third day of level 3, there's already been a cash in transit heist. There's another robbery for 200,000 rand. There's I don't know how many accidents, countless of accidents already. Like
Yeah,
funny. I don't know what.
It's what happened.
No, but you must remember, like the robbers or whatever. Baba Uzwang, but now they've been waiting for level 3. They couldn't work level 5 or 4. So level 3, at least there's no curfew. They can go anywhere they meet.
Yo, guys, the sound and is killing us. Huh? I don't know why.
Yo. Like the sound is bad.
Yo, the
I'm
sound is killing
going
us.
to fetch the laptop.
Wait, let me mute
gonna fetch
both
the
of
laptop
you and
once.
see. Let me mute both of you. Cause now when it's just me, people are happy. You see, the sound is perfect. Let me check if it space.
It's not me. No, can you hear me?
I can hear you. So space. This is
Yeah, proper.
yeah, Kiswar.
It's Swart. Yeah, it's Swart. He's like, who's doing this to us?
Kitse.
Like he must go. Yeah, he must go. He must go and
No,
sleep.
guys. From now on, there's a sound check at 9:30.
Okay.
Okay, now let me do a quick sound check quickly. I'm gonna put on different headphones now.
Yeah. So space. What have you been doing? Lockdown. What have you been doing throughout lockdown? I must tell people that I haven't been able to pay you for months now.
I've been studying computer programming. That's all I do. Watch movies, watch series, study. That's all I've been doing.
What type of
Nothing else
computer
that I can
programming?
do.
What kind of computer programming?
Yeah, no, C language. Yeah, I'm actually learning C language.
Like Mark Zuckerberg or
So
like
that's what I'm busy with.
but there's no need for sound check. Stop moving around.
No, like I'm not moving around. I've been
Not
doing
you.
most of it. I'm not moving around.
No, babu kakobache. Ufrizitse yanu.
Oh, okay.
Are you making money? Have you found ways? I know you're a hustler, and I know that no corona is gonna stop you just because we're not shooting or anything. It doesn't mean you're not gonna make money. Have you been making money?
Yeah. Yeah, like I've been trying to make money selling candles. Let me see what else I've been doing. Hey, no, like yeah, no, I've been selling movies and series to my people around here, trying to make some cash. My stuff. I'm trying to make. I've been trying to make some cash. Like there's different ways. I'm always thinking about making cash. Like
Who are you?
every morning I wake up.
Yeah. How old are you now, Space?
So yeah, like I'm old enough.
No,
I'm old. I'm old enough.
No, it's trying to listen to you saying you're always making cash or always thinking of making cash. So I'm trying to see where does your hustling
To the beat, one.
Okay, I'm 30.
One to the beat, one.
I'm 30 going to 31. So
2.
for your sideways.
Am I good
No,
now?
guys,
Why are you laughing?
my followers are gonna hate me, guys. For your sideways.
Yes, for laughing.
You're sideways. You're sideways. Space, do people recognize you from any of the movies we've done or from David Carl's house?
They no, they like Mzansi's than David Cow's house. So
Network,
so
yes,
like
so wait.
mostly it's Oh, and the line is bad again. I can't,
Yeah, no,
like,
we
I
can't
can't
hear
hear
you, Space. We'll have to bring you like a device and a dong and a data setup, and or you can just come to town when we do live.
It's bad for me right now. Yeah, no, I'm thinking of fetching my laptop. Maybe it would be better. Like connect my laptop via Wi-Fi through my phone, hotspot.
So, Space, did you at least learn how to drive during lockdown?
Space will never learn how to
Yeah,
drive
I know
during
how to drive.
anything. No, Space
I know
doesn't
how to
know
drive.
how to drive.
Like there's a car. No, like there's a car here outside. I've been driving it.
Go show us.
Eh?
Hauna koloi mo
Like show
man.
you the
Show us.
car.
No, show us you can drive.
Hauna koloi mo, papa. You're just wasting your time.
Ish. No, there is a car, but now it's late for me to be opening doors, whatever, while people are sleeping.
Yeah?
I can't
Yeah,
be opening
no.
doors while people are sleeping.
It's flames for me for sound.
Yeah, and like we have a sound here. It's supposed to be helping us.
Yeah?
Like it's no help at all.
Chief, I didn't say you must own a
No,
movie
like
set, eh? Please.
ma, dude, it's an iPhone, bruh. It's an it's an Apple iPhone, brother.
iPhone 4.
Even if it's okay. Since we have money,
So
buy
like
me
I'm gonna try
another
I'm gonna
a
try and
mini
log
iPhone.
on my thingy on my laptop now.
Okay,
Okay,
sure.
yeah, do that rather.
So I'm gonna come back, guys. Like I'm gonna try and just log on my thing now.
Okay, sure.
Okay,
Sharp, sharp.
so Swart,
Have you made plans? How are you going to come out of
Ghana.
this work wise? What are you going to do? What do you plan to do in the next few months?
um um I don't, hopefully like this COVID thing will end because I still want to host more of my outdoor movie nights events in Soweto. And maybe even grow from there. That's what mostly I wanna do now, and even so study. I wanna, cause that's the only thing which like I'm probably gonna have time for nowadays. So it's just to push my outdoor movie events and try
You
and
didn't get,
make money.
you didn't get married and make a baby
Hmm?
overnight. You didn't get married and make a baby
No,
overnight.
no, no, nope,
How
no
do you,
marriage, no baby, no home affairs papers.
how do you know you didn't make a baby?
I know that I didn't make a baby.
How do you know? How do you know you did not make a baby? It hasn't been 9 months or 10 months. How are you sure that
Yeah,
definitely were not safe during this time you did not make it, you did not produce a child?
how do I know? I'm actually thinking about it now.
Were you by yourself
I'm
throughout the
actually thinking
lockdown?
about it now.
Were you by
Yes
yourself
and
throughout
no.
lockdown?
No,
Your grandma
nope, nope. Yeah, she's
and your
around. My
sister?
sister is also around. Yeah, my older sister, my younger sister doesn't stay here anymore.
And your grandmother, how old is she?
She's over 80.
And she's fine.
Yeah, she's fine. She's still strong. She can walk. She can, yeah,
Are
she
the
can do everything
kids
for
in the
herself.
township staying away from like older people? Well,
Nope.
in
All
your
the kids are playing.
neighborhood.
Nope, all the kids are playing on the streets. They touching each other. They're on holiday. Like, yeah, they touching each other. They're on holiday. Like they on vacation, 3 months vacation.
Do you think kids must go back to
So
school?
yeah. Um. Yes and no. When I'm neutral, and like I'm actually in between because my niece is here. She's home, and like, she's been home, like home. She's never been on the streets. Like she's always been home. But also it's dangerous because now I saw the other day that like like principal from this other school like was positive like for COVID-19. So they're gonna be infecting kids are gonna be infecting teachers, and it's gonna be a mess.
Yeah.
So in a way, I would say no, yeah. But also in a way, like most of the parents here, they don't take care of their children. They just leave them playing on the streets the whole day and not caring about them. So like that's the other thing again. Because townships, you know how townships can be.
And you haven't heard of, and do
So
you know
like those kind of
anyone where,
things.
personally, do you know anyone that has COVID-19 or that's tested positive?
Nope, nope. I haven't seen anybody who I know personally or from afar who's been infected by like COVID-19 or anything. And
Which
like a
part
lot
of
of people in Soweto, they don't.
which part of Soweto are
I'm
you?
in Molapo.
Okay.
I'm in Molapo. It's next to Rockville. It's yeah. No, because a lot of people know Rockville because of the series Rockville.
I used to stay in Rockville. Well, I used to
You.
visit. I used to visit Rockville from
Okay,
Kronstadt
okay,
during
okay.
school holidays. My cousin Twarelo and his mom
Yo.
stayed in Rockville.
Okay, okay, okay.
I,
Yeah,
I,
and I know like
Hi, boo.
and
Is this
you know
true,
like
guys?
Rockville.
This
It's
comment
where.
here. Is this comment true?
Hmm?
Is this comment true? Brilliance,
I
what
don't
is
know. I
your
don't know.
source? Brilliance, what is your
Yo.
source?
Yeah, it's hectic, most.
Yo,
It's hectic stuff, most. I wanna. So that's why kids shouldn't go back to school.
but it's a catch 22. If you have to go back to work, because some people have to go back to work, you don't have a nanny. What do you do with your child?
Mm. Yeah,
It's a bit of a
plays
catch.
on the street with other kids until they come back. Yeah, 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 yeah.
I
Mm.
mean, some people have their
Like,
wives or housewives. Uh, Brilliance Ari just got a video from a group that he's part of. Brilliance, I'm in about 30 WhatsApp groups. So you can't tell me nothing. With one group, you can't tell me nothing. You can't tell me about
I know that
infecting
for a fact. I know that for a fact that you're in more than 30 groups.
me. Ronnie Mackenzie, farmer Ronnie Mackenzie is
So,
there. Ronnie, have you heard about
so
this thing with a kid another school where there's 9 new infections?
because I don't believe in WhatsApp thing is news. Because people always lie and send those crazy voice notes to make people panic.
Yeah.
So I don't. Yeah. So for me, it's just have to see it on the news. That's when I believe. But WhatsApp stories, that's not me.
Um,
I don't believe those things.
has do people in Soweto talk about what's going on in the United States?
Yeah, they do a lot. Even yeah, but some actually, and some didn't even know. Like, cause I was with a friend of mine,
Yeah.
and like today, and he didn't know what was happening in America. I had to show him. I had to show him on YouTube, like what's happening in America. And
Yeah.
so, now my only intrigue was, like, the hacking group Anonymous, actually, because coding and programming and stuff. So I was interested in what Anonymous were doing mostly. Yeah, like
Is that
those
the American
hacker group and
Anonymous or the
everything.
local Anonymous?
No, like no, they worldwide actually. They don't like they're not centralized in a country.
Oh,
Like, as soon as they see any corruption happening anywhere, they just attack. Yeah. So
yeah.
like that's what I was interested in. Because
Um,
like those people.
if you were in the States, would you go in and loot as well when they start looting? Would you go into shops and take what you want?
It depends. It depends. If I had money, no. But since I don't have money, I would take it. I would take my chances because those things they're insured anyway. So I would take my chances.
Did you see the Mercedes-Benz dealership? They banned
Yeah,
cars and they took a
yeah,
G-Wagon
and some.
and then they took another Mercedes-Benz with those doors.
Yeah, yes. I saw. Yeah, but also they tried to steal iPhones, né? Like from Apple. But now those iPhones were like Apple was able to track all the phones, and like messages popped up saying they must return the phones to the stores, and they threw them away. So like it's still something that you can't use. Like rather take something which is not a tech stuff, maybe a bag, like a Louis Vuitton bag, a Gucci bag to sell. Not something you know that this thing might be tracked. You can't take something which which can be tracked.
So I said I made a comment on a friend of mine, a comedian friend of mine, Ruben Paul, who lives in LA. I sent him a message, and I was checking how he is, and I said the riots are almost like 100 times when we used to riot. I mean, sure, we used to ban schools, and not we, like I was banning schools, but
There.
no one, definitely nobody was in town. We banned all our shit in the townships, shops, schools, probably churches. For me, when I saw people looting Louis Vuitton and Mercedes Benz, that's when I was like, this is some other next level shit. I've seen like
Yeah.
I've seen British protests where they were looting and taking big screen TVs.
Yeah.
Tina, we're here, we're
Yeah, but
busy. Tina, we're busy taking Seth and Omo from the shop.
yeah, people
People are driving
only
out in G
still.
wagons.
Yeah, no, but yeah, but it also depends on where you're staying, because if you're staying around here, Soweto, and you are there looting, the only thing that you can find, the nearest thing that you can find here, it's a pub for you to to loot
Yeah.
and the shop ride and everything. So it also depends on where you stay, because we are too far from the city, from like Joburg CBD. So and Joburg CBD even doesn't even have those kind of things. The only thing that you're gonna find are the fake version of those things. So yeah.
No, man, I wanted to check on you. Obviously, I need to join. I need to post the new season of David Carr's House. Have you been shooting your own content or anything with your phone on your channels, on your social media?
Nope. Okay, not really. I haven't, because half the time, really, I'm busy with my coding, because that's one of my biggest focus right now, to know how to like how to code. So like it's been taking most of my time, because normally nowadays I sleep around 3 a.m. trying to like grasp some of the stuff. So that's why, like, entertainment industry, it's hanging, it's hanging right now, because you see, like when things like this happen, then like, we can't make money and do anything. So in a way, like I'm trying to get into the corporate world in a way. So that's why I've been doing like most of these things. So yeah, that's just me.
So,
Yeah.
Faith, before we started shooting, open is gonna bang the door. Before we started shooting David Carl's house, or before you started working with me, you used to
Mm-hmm.
work with Faith in Nketse. And what were
Yeah,
they
and
called?
yeah,
What were they called?
and the pro trackers.
The pro trackers. Before we even knew what
Yes.
trackers were. What happened? What was the relationship? Were you just doing their Facebook page, or Vela, you used to work
N-
with them, or you managed?
no, no. Like I used to be their manager, and also I used to do all the media stuff, all the Facebook pages, the Instagram, the Twitter accounts. I was the one who was doing most of the things when they were getting bookings. I was doing the
Yeah.
bookings and yeah, and everything else. But then, afterwards, I saw that this won't be there for long. Then I decided to leave actually. I decided to leave because I know that was not very kind of like very like sustainable. Because also, like when you're managing like six girls and they're always fighting within each other. So that's why for me afterwards, because for me, like the main thing was like, to get connections in the entertainment industry. So for me, like it wasn't about me like going around with six girls and all of that. So like so for me mostly it was about like knowing people who are in the industry so that I can further my own stuff. So
Did you
that's
make
how it
money?
went
Did you
down.
make money from the pro trackers when you were managing them?
Yeah, I did make money, and like at the time I was living my best life and I wasn't really thinking about what's gonna happen later on. Uh, so
Did they
yeah,
make money? When you were
when
making money, did they make money?
yeah, 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 no, yeah, no, they did make money because there's two sisters who are actually paying for their their tuition and stuff with that money and paying for their accommodation when they were still studying at UJ. Like two of them were studying at UJ and they were paying all their stuff with that money which they got there.
So basically,
So
back then, people would call, book the pro trackers. They come, they twerk, and they go home.
yeah, they get booked, they track, they go home. Or like sometimes I used to get like 3 gigs in one day in different areas. So we used to travel around. Um,
Where are the other girls that were in the pro trackers? If there were six of them and we only know one now, where are the other five?
yeah, no, the other one left way before. Then they were left 5 of them. Then broke up. The other one actually like she wasn't really into this entertainment stuff anymore. And to see, yeah, and the two sisters they actually also like wanted to live their own lives because they studied at UJ, they finished, they got jobs and whatever. They wanted to live that normal life. That's why you only see maybe Faith and her best friend Kim.
Where? How did it
Um,
even begin? Like, where do you even start to end up managing pro trackers when you didn't know what trackers are at that? I mean, we knew maybe from the states there used to be trackers, but how did you end up in the mix?
yeah, I met one of the girls before they were even big, like before they even became pro truckers, and she didn't want to tell me what she did actually when we met. Like we had lunch, we chilled and all of that. Only after that's when she told me what she did. And then I came with a plan. No, like for me, like damn, I can make money out of this actually. Like I can,
Were you
like I can
asking
make
her
money out
out?
of this.
Were you asking her
Huh?
out? Were you asking her
Yeah.
out? So when you found out
Yes.
she's a pro
Yes, I
tracker, did
was.
you continue asking her out?
Yeah, I didn't care. Yeah, like I didn't care that she was like doing that. Um, then yeah, then afterwards I met all the other girls. No, because most of them they're actually close. Because two of them are sisters. Faith and the other one were cousins. then Faith and her best friend. That's how I want the whole thing. Because
Yeah.
two of them were sisters. One of them was friends with Faith, and like they were all close. Do you know like girls who, yeah, like
Okay, cool. Wait,
they
Space.
didn't know each other.
Space, I want to put
Yeah.
you on hold, yeah? I want to put you on hold. Ladies and gentlemen,
Okay.
I did my first premiere was with a comedian friend of mine, Ruben Paul, stand-up comedian, very funny, has toured all over the world with Russell Peters, has been to Black Family, came down to the Black Family at the Dome 2 years ago. I see him all the time if I'm in LA or Montreal, Just for Laughs Comedy Festival. But you all know shit is going down in the US right now. And I spoke to him earlier, but he's here right now, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome one of the funniest people I know, one of the funniest people in the world, the one and only Mr. Ruben Paul.
What up? What up? What up? What up, man? How are you, man?
What
You
up,
see,
man?
you look at my background. I got the fuck out of LA, man. Fuck this shit. How you doing, fellas? Everybody good? Everybody good?
Man, so Ruben, you can call him Space. He's in my TV show, David Gow's House. He's worked for me for like, I don't know, 7-8 years.
Okay.
Very talented young kid, filmmaking in the mix. He's teaching himself coding.
Dope.
He's out in Soweto.
Okay.
Tshepo Swart, you might remember him from doing our sound at the Dome for my camera shoots.
I thought he looked familiar.
Yeah. See,
Ruben,
sound for all my movies, man.
Okay. I wish I was out there.
like Ruben.
How you, man? I wish I was out there, man. I wish I was out there. It's I mean, you guys have been watching the news and seeing what's going on. It's been crazy. And this is what's fucked up. You guys know this living in South Africa. White people are acting like they fucking didn't know, like, oh shit, there's racism? We had no idea. Really? Why didn't you guys tell us before? Like, motherfucker, we've been telling you guys for hundreds of years how fucked up you've been, man. So, I mean, I'm hoping that there's going to be a change, man, but it's just a part of America, man, that people don't really realize. It is what it is.
So this was my thing, right? I mean, the comment I made or the WhatsApp I sent you and I said, this is like 100 times Western apartheid. And I was particularly referring to the looting, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Because white people never came and helped us loot, number one, right?
Yeah.
We were looting food and washing powder in the townships, burning township stores and shit, being stupid, right? But being angry, burning schools. Man, I saw people driving out in G-Wagons and vans and I was
Range Rovers, Porsches. Yo, so here's the story for you. So a friend of mine was in Hollywood and they were looting at the spot called the Grove. It's where they got like it reminds me of the place that you took me, Stanton. It reminds me of that Stanton. Yeah, it reminds me of that area. Like there's like Cheesecake Factory and all kind of stores and everything. So like a Range Rover, a Porsche, they wouldn't park in the residential area. And then they're like, hey, what are you doing? You're parking here. And they're like, hey, they're looting and rioting over there. So we want our cars to be safe. So they're standing outside. The people leave. They come back an hour later and they fill up all the cars with shit and then they drive off. They went to go loot and came back and filled the Range Rover and everything else. And everybody's like, shit, you guys got better cars than we had. Crazy shit,
dude,
bro.
Remember
crazy shit, dude.
Our public transport system is even shit. We couldn't loot and carry stuff.
But here's what pissed me off about the dude that left the comment. And I was nice because I've been killing white people all day when I left that is, here you are, a black man from South Africa. You tell me about what your experience is and what your appearance is, and a white guy comes immediately and go, nah, that ain't true. Like, that's just how they think. is their opinion is the only opinion that counts. Like, motherfucker, I'm the one who is being oppressed. I'm the one who's dealing with the racism. Like, people are asking how you can fix racism is stop fucking being racist. You know who Neil Brennan is, right?
Yeah, no, Neil. Yeah, he directed the Chappelle Show and co-created with Chappelle, right?
So I talked to Neil the other day. We talked for a while, and one thing he said, he's like, Ruben, I'm tired. It's hard teaching white people how not to be racist. You know, and we just started laughing because, you know, he's a white guy and he understands the issue. It's just they're so comfortable and they don't want it to change. And why would they want it to change? Everything benefits them. You know, it takes a lot of compassion to want to change a situation that benefits you. You know what I mean? Like, you're in a good situation. If somebody wanted you to change your lifestyle to help somebody you didn't know, you might be like, And I think that's the overall issue. People don't want to be uncomfortable. They want it to stay exactly the way that it is.
So let me give you a bit of background, because, you know, sometimes it feels like black people just won't stop fighting with each other or hating on each other. So when our lockdown started, the soldiers were in the black townships, beating up people, punishing them. And I'm gonna cut a long story short, right? In one of the townships next to Santon, Alexandra, there's a guy who was killed. And the wife pretty much said, the soldiers came here, fucked this guy up. Eventually the guy died. Then there was some sort of investigation, and the soldiers were cleared, right? In about 3-5 days, the investigation was done, and the soldiers said, we didn't kill him. Everything is fine. He didn't die in our hands, right? So now, when the Floyd thing happened in the US and social media went crazy with the Black Lives Matter, it pretty much spread all over the world. Now you come and you're like, Black Lives Matter, hey, George Floyd, this and that. Then another black person would come and go, yeah, but you said nothing when the soldiers and the other guy in Alexander was killed. And I'm like, what does that have to do with anything? What was I supposed? What was the script? You know? And I'm asking you because I'm wondering, how far does that take us back? Right?
Bruh, it's just people want to complain just to complain. I think any atrocity or any loss of life, you know, is sad. But we all know in life, the people who make the most noise get the most attention. You know, there's people out here going, well, you didn't march, you know, when the Mexican guy got killed, you didn't march. Well, you guys ain't saying shit. You know what I mean? When shit happens to black people, motherfuckers is, you know, like, yo, this is fucked up, you know, and it's like the squeaky wheel gets the oil. So I think a lot of times, you know, people want to always point to other situations when this happened or when that happened. And I think the bottom line is it's all wrong and everything needs to be paid attention to. But in a situation like George Floyd, where the world can see, you know, the whole world didn't see what happened, what that soldier did to that guy. That's just the difference. Why do people care more about shit that happens to LeBron James or to, you know, Michael Jordan or to anybody else? You know, people die every day, but when a celebrity dies, it's big news. Why? Because everybody knows who that person is. So I just think it's unfortunate. Everybody's life is valuable and important, but in the society that we live in, you know, the people who are the most popular are the ones that are going to get the attention. But there's a lot of people who have died where there were no cameras around and they didn't get the attention that they deserve. Those motherfuckers in Georgia who killed Ahmaud Arbery, they were chilling at home for 3 months until the video came out. When the video came out, that's when everybody went crazy. It was like, this is murder. And then 3 months later, they finally charged the guys after the guys had been chilling at home and going to church and doing whatever they were doing, while no one knew but the family what was going on. And then when that video went viral, everybody was like, what happened? How come no one was charged? They let the guys go. They didn't even file any charges against them.
Have you seen a video of a black guy that they ended up they set a dog on him and they hit him with dustbins?
Yeah.
When did that happen? Does anyone know?
Here's the problem with some of these viral videos. So, there's been so much shit that didn't get attention that I think some people are releasing videos, because sometimes you'll see something like there's a new video going where these two police officers in New York are wrestling with the guy on the ground, and then a gun comes out and they shoot the guy on the ground. That happened over a year ago.
In the bag, right?
Yeah, that happened a while ago. So to be honest with you, I don't know, but you know, there's a lot of stuff happening, man.
Man, you know, I'm sitting here wondering how freely I walk when I'm in the States, right? But obviously I'll be in like New York or Manhattan, we'll be in Malibu or and Santa Monica, maybe Hollywood. But the one thing I always thought was with the crime and the crime rate in South Africa, I always feel safer when I'm anywhere outside South Africa, for that matter. Even in the DRC, in the Democratic Republic of Congo, I feel safer than I do when I'm at home, right?
Why?
Because the violence for us, we've become so desensitized. Let me tell you, just today, Ruben, we came into level 3, which is a lowered level of lockdown in South Africa, right? On Monday. Today, brother, there was a cash in transit heist. There were 4 guys who dressed up in PPE, protective clothing, and robbed a pension pay point. Took about 18, 20,000 US dollars. The cash in transit guys, I'll send you videos later on. The cash car is coming and they drove like a Mercedes-Benz into it, burned the Mercedes-Benz, bombed the cash money, the cash truck. People were picking up whatever was left that they could pick up. That is how desensitized we have become when it comes to crime. You could get robbed, Ruben, by like 5, 6 guys walking in Joburg city center, downtown, and the other 100 people around you will act like everything is normal.
Ooh.
So when this shit happens with the cops, right? Now I'm thinking, man, you know, I was in New York in November, you know. In my head, I'm not thinking anything could happen to me, you know. In fact, I would even joke around with the cops that are always chilling at Times Square. When I was there with my kid, you know, he would pose with the cops and take pictures on their cop cars because he's just excited. He's seeing like a American police car, you know.
Yeah.
And then there'll be that one incident, bro, where I'm just like, actually, you know what? I'm okay here at home, man.
Well, here's the problem, man, is it's almost like what people don't realize is like we're seeing what's happening right now. The world is seeing what's happening. But the whole time it was right under the surface. Yeah. And it was that one thing that exposed everything. Now, just because, you know, I was telling somebody earlier is just because, you know, things are quote unquote fine and we're not complaining or looting or rioting or doesn't mean that we're happy. Doesn't mean that we're not upset about the conditions of the state of the United States and what's happening to Black people. But we kind of just, I think white people and everything, like sometimes if you don't say something, people think you're okay with it. And I think sometimes silence makes people comfortable, like, oh, they're not complaining. They must not be, you know, mad about it. And then now you see a situation where this thing with Floyd happened, the thing with Ahmaud Arbery happened, the thing with Breonna Taylor happened, the thing with the white lady, you know, calling the police on the guy and acting like she was being attacked. Like all that stuff exploded with George Floyd dying. Then you see what's really how people have really been feeling the whole time.
When you guys see white people joining in the protests, which obviously in South Africa there were white people that
Of
were,
course. Yeah.
they were out there, they were trying to do their bit. Some joined the struggle and joined the African National Congress. For you guys, where was what happened with that line? We are out here, we're protesting, right?
Hmm.
And there's some white people that are supporting us. And then when the looting started, I've seen more images, and I know people will say whatever after this comment. I've seen more images and videos of white people looting and taking some nice shit than I've seen black
Absolutely.
people.
Absolutely. And I mean, there's a lot of stuff, man. There's groups that are going in there that are not for Black Lives Matter, that's just trying to start shit so black people will get the blame for it. There's been reports of people bringing bricks, dropping bricks off and just leaving them on a corner, you know, to tempt people to do violent protests. That's why you'll see a lot of black people out there yelling like, "Hey, stop fighting, stop." That's not why we're out here. We're not out here to loot. We're not out. We're here to have our voices heard. And of course, you're always going to have knuckleheads or people looting. Like, that's just life. No matter you're white, black, or whatever, there's always going to be people who are going to take advantage of a situation. But for the most part, there are some divisive people who have come in and done things to try to make the movement look bad. You put up a question a moment ago where someone said, is the Black Lives campaign serving its purpose, or is it dividing the races apart? We've already been divided.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We've already been divided. The problem is, I think now, the good part I'll say now is, for some reason, which is a good thing, and thank God, maybe this George Floyd situation woke some white people up. I think more white people are starting to understand, when black people say all lives matter, it doesn't mean that we're saying our lives matter more than anybody else. That's never been the thing. When you say all lives, black people should already be included in all lives. So when we say Black Lives Matter and you go, no, all lives matter, you're a fucking asshole. Of course all lives matter. The reason why we're saying Black Lives Matter is you guys don't fucking treat us like our lives matter, period. That's why we have to say it. That's why I got into an argument when I came and did Blacks Only with some white American going, oh, that's racist. Why, if we had a show that was called Whites Only, you would say that was racist. Well, guess what, dude? All your shows for a long time have always been all white. And this Blacks Only is what my friend David Cow came up with, and it's a play on apartheid. And guess what? We still include other races on his show because black people aren't fucked up like you guys. So what are you talking about? Why do we have to have BET? We have to have BET, which is Black Entertainment Television. We have to have that because we weren't getting
the black people on TV.
But it's hard for them to understand that. That's how deeply ingrained racism is into the fabric of American society. That if I say, why do we have to have songs that say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud? We have to have songs like that because we've been told we are pieces of shit since slavery. So you have to find things to lift your spirit and lift your self-esteem, to hold your head high with dignity, to understand that you're equal and you're not lower than anybody else. But they don't understand the conditions that they caused, you know what I mean? And they try to hide behind, oh, we're all equal. That happened 400 years ago. Now everything. No, dude, racism is in the fabric of our country, man. The fact that, white people get so many more opportunities than we get, even still today in 2020, and here's the thing that pisses me off. With all the looting and everything that's going on, is everybody is focusing so much on that, but not, why are people out in the streets in the first fucking place? Why are we out marching? Everyone just woke up one day and go, hey man, let's loot. No, everybody saw what happened. Everybody's angry and they went out there, and some idiots went out there and they started looting. That's not what this thing is about. And what they're doing is wrong. But you know what was more wrong than looting? Killing that man. That was more wrong. Those buildings are going to get, back. And I'm not condoning it. There's a lot of black businesses that got destroyed, and it's hard. But it's a lot of pain but I'm going to focus on the problem that caused the looting. That's what I'm going to focus on. Because if we can solve that problem, everything else will be solved.
So now, for instance, you know, for me, right, even though making that comment that this is like back in the days during apartheid, and then I replied just before I send you a message. The first time I was shot with tear gas, I was 5 years old. I was finding my way back home because I used to walk quite a distance from home to school, right?
Wow.
And a random person in the middle of there looting the shops, fucking stealing washing powder, took like a bottle of Coke, gave it to me. Then we would walk to the next whatever section of the township. Because he literally, I was like, what the fuck is this 5-year-old doing? You know, took my shirt, made it wet, wrapped it around me for tear gas. And I was 5 years old at the time. You know, eventually, by the time we were like 6, 7, rubber bullets were like, you know, the police, Caspers would come in the township and would just start running. You know, my daughter is 7 years old, bro. I don't even want to let her out of the estate where we live, right? I was running away from cops in the 80s, in the like 86, you know.
Jeez.
And now I'm looking at these images, and that's why I said to you, for me, this is like South Africa 20, 30, 40, 30 to 40 years ago, right?
Yeah,
because the most we could do was toy or protest, loot where we can, ban stuff where we can. Obviously, the ANC, the African National Congress, had their military wing where there were like serious bombings happening at certain,
absolutely,
points of interest in the country. But that was some hectic shit. But where we thought we were gonna wake up and go to school that day, in the local, you know, in the townships where we were living. For me, I'm looking at the States, bro, and how people are just like, we can't take this shit anymore. And I promise you, brother, it is not that different from where South Africa came from, you know, 30, 40 years ago. And I'm sitting here and asking myself, if the United States is in this place now, what's going to happen next week? What's going to happen next month? You know?
And here's the thing, David. The reason why when you sent me that message, it really resonated with me is, you know, if you talk to American, you know, white America is like, oh, South Africa, they're behind the times, and that's like you guys are behind us, and apartheid was disgusting, and it's like what you guys have been doing is just as worse, but you just didn't call it apartheid, you know, and you give the illusion of freedom. And it's not saying that Black people aren't doing well, but for the most part, most Black people are suffering in this country. And even when you do succeed and do well for yourself, there are still opportunities that you don't get based on, you know what I mean? Like when you can go to any level, Denzel Washington don't get the same opportunities Tom Hanks gets.
That's a fact, right?
Yeah. You know, but here's the problem. The white person who works at McDonald's wants to compare himself to Denzel. It's like, no, dude, that's not what it is. Denzel's an extraordinary human being. He'd be, you know, he's great no matter what race he is. You know, but you can't compare all Black people to Denzel Washington or Michael Jordan. There's a whole segment of the population that don't know where they're going to get their next meals from. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what people are forgetting. They see Oprah Winfrey and Michael Jordan and Denzel Washington. They think all Black people are doing great. And it's a small percentage of Black people are doing great. And that's the problem.
I want to ask you maybe one last quick question so I can let you go. I'm sure you were busy with your day, brother.
Yeah.
I saw a clip of Obama crying at a press conference or something.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, people thought America would be different having a Black president, right? Or after having a Black president. What happened?
Bruh, so much happens. I mean, in our system here, like some people in their mind, they think the president is the king. Like he can just make laws and do whatever he wants. It doesn't work like that. You know, the president oversees everything, but you have a Congress, you have a Senate, you have things that have to get passed. There's no unilateral decisions. Like the president has to have permission to do certain things. And a lot of, there's a lot of people who criticize Obama. And at the end of the day, man, politicians are politicians. I appreciate some things Obama did on a social level, like to give kids hope that one day they can possibly become president. But at the end of the day, he's a politician. You know what I mean? And I do understand that there's certain things that he wanted to do that he just wasn't allowed to do. And I think, when Obama left the White House, so many, I mean, he dealt with a lot of racism, man, that the world probably isn't even aware of, man. Like people like putting up posters calling him a monkey, and it was ugly. People hated the fact that he was president. And then after he left, we go straight from an educated, articulate man who seems to be morally sound to the guy we have in the White House now. That's the complete opposite. And so when you ask me what happened, look at what happened. We went from dignity, dignified, morality, God-fearing man, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, wanted change, wanted about inclusion, to somebody that is complete opposite, who would never say Black Lives Matter, who doesn't give a damn about our community, or anybody, but making money in his own needs, and has alienated people all over the world, from Asia to Africa to, it goes on and on and on, man.
Do you think Black people should collectively say, you know what, fuck it, we are leaving the States, it's not for us, or we're gonna go find ourselves another home somewhere?
Well, Marcus Garvey preached that years ago, about that whole Back to Africa movement. I think it was in the late 1800s, which a lot of Black nationalists adopted part of his philosophy, not necessarily go back to Africa, but that Black people need their own separate, communities. We need to take our resources and keep them within the community economically. There was a time where there was an area where it was called Black Wall Street, where there are Black businesses and Black grocery stores, Black doctors' offices, Black lawyers, anything Black, optometrists, whatever you needed, everything was Black. And then the white people came and burned it down.
I saw videos of that recently.
Yeah. So if people should Google Black Wall Street, and people feel like we should have that, type of structure today for our communities, so we can be self-sufficient, without them. And I think it's an issue, man. We do need our own independence. We do need to support each other. I think, here's the thing: we just want equality, man. That's all we want at the end of the day.
Nothing special, nothing extra special, right? Just normal, just like everybody else.
It's normal. It's the same rights that you have. If me and you make the same amount of money, I'm Black, you're white, and we should have the same opportunities, man. But it doesn't work like that. There were times in this country where they would give loans. Think about this. And I posted a video on my IG. You can see it. Viola Davis posted it. It's a cartoon, but we all knew this. There was a time where they would give poor white people a loan before they would give it to middle-class Black people. So they know I have the ability to pay it back, but instead, let's give these white people a chance instead. And that's how the disparities in the communities and the redlining and all these things that happen in our country was just a part of it. And no one spoke up to say anything.
And the white people were less likely to pay back the loan, right?
Yeah. And then they were forgiven. It's easy to tell somebody to get their shit together when everything that you've done has been given to you. You got a head start. But yet they want to say Black people are lazy, they're this, they're that. But you rigged the game. You set it up in your favor. And it's not saying that despite everything else, Black people have still succeeded in a racist white supremacist system. So it is possible, but you can't expect every black person to be a fucking superhero, bro. You know, I'm fortunate. You're fortunate. We can overcome a lot of the obstacles that are put, but you think everyone can overcome all the obstacles? Not everyone, and that's not fair. Why does it have to be extraordinary circumstances where, you know, just our school system and everything? It goes on and on and on, dude. We can talk hours about this, but you got some of the same things back home, but we should talk more about this, D.
We should talk more about it, because when you think of South Africa and you think now we've got like a black government, you assume we are all good, everything is fine, right?
Yeah.
But I tell you now, man, 27, 26 years later, since apartheid ended, we had democracy, we had our government. Some people would say to you their lives were better during apartheid. Some black people would say that to you. Not all of them, right? Everybody has got their own reasons. My career would not exist if it wasn't for the black government. I would never have existed. You understand? That freedom would never have been there. So that may be all I got. And then I had this career. And yeah, maybe I don't get sponsored by government. They're not paying for my shows. I'm not on a grant or whatever, but because I can always go back to, it's almost like a guilt feeling that you have. And while voting for the same, right? But now people are starting to go, this is some bullshit. We're getting tired as well, So
but
it's a mind fuck, man.
Yeah, and like I was saying earlier, the thing that's infuriating, the thing that dude pissed me off is, in America, we try to act like we're better than South Africa. Like, oh, apartheid, those people were racist and this, and that. It's like, you're doing worse shit here, bro. We're not any better than anybody else. Trump, we're the greatest country in the world. Make America. When you travel, you know how much I travel, Dave. I've been all over the world. And when you go and your mind is open, because they brainwash you in America, you think everywhere else is fucked up except America. That's kind of how you think we're better than everybody. And then you go to other places. Like I remember going to Sweden, and me and Eddie, we ended up going to some bar. We were just exploring. We go to this bar, we hear jazz music being played. We go down there, we see these black dudes in Sweden, man, a whole fucking band. We're talking to them like, yo, what in the hell are you doing in the whitest country in the world? Why are you here? They're like, man, it's beautiful here. They're like, I ain't never going back to the US. We got free health care. They just started telling me all the things. The government encourages you to have kids, and they'll pay for one child to go to college, like all these amazing things. And here in America, we have millions of people with no health care, man, that can't go to a doctor that's dealing with this COVID virus situation here, that can't afford in the United States of America. But we want to point at South Africa and say apartheid and they were racist and we're more progressive than they are. Apartheid just ended in 1993. They're so backwards. But it's like, yo, desegregation ended, and then you guys just put a lot of other shit, roadblocks in place, so we wouldn't prosper. So we're no better than South Africa. Like we joke every time. The first time I went to Africa on any level, it's just like you feel embarrassed as an American. Go, man, I've been lied to. Where are all the lions and the giraffes walking down the street? How come you got clothes on, man? You're supposed to be barefoot. You know what I mean? They try to paint Africa like Africa is this, third world country. Not saying that, you don't have areas like that, but they try to make it seem every African is walking around barefoot with a fucking spear and a bone in their nose, and people fucking believe that shit. And then you come to Africa, and it's like, yo, there's a Ferrari, there's a Range Rover, there's a Porsche, there's a Rolls Royce. Whoa, they have that in Africa? Like, yeah, dude, don't believe what the American media is telling you. American media is telling you that all we're criminals, so I don't buy into that shit. That's why, dude, I was just talking to Tony Rock.
Yeah.
And me and Tony was like, yo, dude, soon as I, get this next big thing, I'm buying a place somewhere in South Africa, whether it's in Joburg or Cape Town or somewhere, bro.
Yeah.
You know, urban. You know, come on, man.
I think consciously, you know, besides you as my friend and all my other friends, I think consciously African Americans must start thinking of some sort of a retreat, or once a year I'm gonna go to Africa. It doesn't have to be South Africa.
Yeah.
Just to be like, you know what, I need to start getting this shit in my head that there's another home. There's a home for me somewhere where I can just be whoever the fuck I want, you know.
Bruh.
Black or white, you know. Some of us have mixed wives, you know. It's our life. It's who we are, you know. So I can now from there, I can now go to Greece because my wife will feel better. Now I'm gonna feel like, what the fuck am I doing here, you know?
But remember, I think it was the second time I came to South Africa when I said something about the motherland and everybody fucking got quiet, and then they're like, "Why do black people always come to Africa and say, you know, it's the motherland?" You know, we ain't never been to Africa, but like I explained to the audience, I don't know if you remember this, and I think what happens is people don't realize that
what it means
America,
to you.
what it means to us, especially when you're educated. When you come to Africa, one thing, and my family's from Haiti, but I'm born and raised in Los Angeles, California. This is where I'm from. This is the only home I've ever known. I've been in the United States my whole life. We only make up 13% of the whole population. When I came to Africa for the first time, I said, holy shit, there's a lot of fucking black people. I've never seen black people in my life. Dude. Fucking black people everywhere. And I think sometimes you guys don't realize that we're surrounded. I can get on an airplane. Get on an airplane in the United States of America and be the only black person on the airplane.
On a normal day, nothing special, not a holiday. Just
on a normal day, I could be the only black person. That shit would never happen in Africa. Like you'd go like dude, when we went to what's the Nando's? Is that the chicken place?
Nando's.
Yeah. Like you fucking go to Nando's and it's all fucking black people. You go to McDonald's, it's all fucking black people. You go to the fucking hotel, it's all black people. Like, dude, it's not like that. It is not like that. You gotta go to the hood for that. Like you go places there, you know, you got Mexicans, you got everything. But dude, when I stayed at the hotel, man, this shit almost made me cry. You remember they put me up at that they changed the name of it.
The Westcliff.
The Westcliff. So dude, none but white people at that hotel. That's where all the celebrities and shit stay, right? So dude, I would go for the free breakfast every morning. And again, all black people serving people, you know, the waiter, the cleaning up, all black people. So all black people working, but I'm the only black person that's actually eating there.
That's not working.
Yeah. But Ruben, yeah. Look, like the breakfast is not free, bro. Like it's like 320. It's like 320, my man. It's just the hidden costs. It's the hidden cost there, my man. You don't see it. It's free because waking up and say, look, you've got breakfast, but then it's 320, man. It's like continental.
Like $3, $4.
$20.
It's $20, man.
But check this out. Yo, they put me up in that hotel for a week. I stayed at that badass hotel for a week. I went to breakfast every morning. My last day there, the staff came out from the back because they all came back. They're like, we know this is your last night, your last breakfast here. It was great to serve you. And all these motherfuckers clapped for me, dude. I wanted to take all them back. Like, yo, come back to America. We need more black people. Come back with me, man.
Ruben, do you know why I'm laughing though?
Yeah.
Like space, right?
Mm-hmm.
You slept at the Westcliff, bro. Have you ever shot in Kronstadt?
Would you say?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Constant.
They're trying to make fun of my hometown. So
it's David's
I've
hometown,
taken-
right?
I've taken them everywhere, brother. Swart has done sound from the first movie I ever made 8 years ago
Uh-huh.
to almost 99% of every single movie, comedy show, feature film that I've ever done. The 1% where I didn't hire him because I thought he was expensive. Got on air. The sound was so shit. So that means wherever we're shooting, if we're shooting in some place where the only motel is like a 2-star, then that's where they're fucking sleeping.
Hey, no, hey, if I come out there, I'm sleeping in your car. That's where I'm gonna sleep.
No. Like now that 2-star hotel near Ruben, it's top class, bruh. Like it's clean.
Yeah, it is.
And Space wanted to sleep with me at some other time. I'm like, no, bruh. Like I'm the HOD. I will not share a bed with another man. So you will find a
I
bed
never said I
somewhere.
want to sleep with you.
No. Now that's out of translation now.
Oh,
I
Ruben, bro,
said we will
I can't
not.
wait for you to be back.
bruh, I can't wait. I can't wait to be back. I can't wait to go back, dude. I want to come back so bad. I would sit in the plane with everybody with COVID and fucking fly back.
No. We will not allow you in the country. We have survived this
Never.
long.
and I'll say this before I go, is you're seeing all the protests, right? Of everybody.
Yeah.
And the whole fucking time, dude, you know, I'm thinking to myself, what are the fucking COVID numbers going to be in about 2 weeks? You know, because everybody's out with they don't have masks on. Everybody's angry. And of course, people don't give a fuck. They're like, fuck it. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to protest. I'm angry. But the sad part of it is, here's the crazy part. Here's the crazy part about all this shit. Black people are getting killed by the police in America, right? Everybody knows that. Secondly, Black people are affected more by COVID than any other race here in America. So we're dying by the police and we're dying by COVID, but we're going out there to fight the police, putting ourselves in more danger to die again.
Yes. Yeah.
Think about that, man.
Death sentence either way.
Either way, bro. Either way, but you know, I think the mentality of the Black people going out there goes, if I have to die from COVID, at least it's going to be better for the generation that comes after us. You know,
Brother, I'm so sorry, man. Like, you know, I feel like because obviously social media, like you said, when you see it, you see it. Apartheid, some people couldn't see it, some knew, some kept quiet. Every day, man, everything happens in front of a phone, in front of a camera, in front of a television screen, and it immediately goes out. So we see this shit, brother. You know, and I'm like, fuck, where's Ruben? You know, where's Dwayne? You know, I've seen Russell. Russell is fucking angry, you know. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, man, we sit here and we're thinking the American dream, brother. And now we're like, what the fuck?
It's hard, man, because everyone gets promised the American dream, the American dream. Listen to you saying the American dream. The phrase American dream is known all over the world. And then you have a group of people here that live here, that were born here, and have not been able to partake in the American dream. And that's what the problem is. And people are tired. You know,
mindful.
Yeah, man.
Brothers, thank you so much for jumping in. And I know we didn't plan this shit.
I hadn't planned, but you know I love you, brother, and I appreciate you guys. I will not be staying in any 2-star hotels when I come out.
But Ruben, I think Ruben, you should actually come back when we have our first blacks only COVID in Empress Palace. No, because the last time you killed.
I would love to come back, man. I just,
Yeah.
I'm dead serious though, Dave. Like, we'll talk off air, but I'm close to selling the show, man. If I get a nice chunk, man, I want to get a place out there, bro, because I need to disconnect from this shit, man. It's
Now,
Yeah, there is a
now is
place.
the
There
best
is a
time. Now is the best time because
Yeah.
of this corona shit, and people can't pay their shit, and the banks are gonna fuck them anyway.
well, hey, man.
and then
So
then
rather you get my house than some other bitch, you know.
Yeah, exactly. What are you saying, Black? What are you about to say?
I think you can go to Space's neighborhood because the houses there now can go from 400,000 rand. So that's about
30,000. That's $20,000.
yeah, cash, all cash,
Yeah. Yeah.
and like
But
build
like a
rooms there
matchbox.
at the
Like it's a
back.
matchbox.
No, Ruben, you are there to sleep.
I don't think you wanna live. I don't think you wanna live in Soweto after this shit.
No. So it is good,
Yeah.
guys.
Like,
Yeah, but you-
Soweto is cool, but you don't wanna go
Hey,
from the
we-
LA
we-
riots and go live in Soweto. That'll just
I don't
be
want to live there, but you took me to that. You took me to that day party in Soweto. We had a blast at that day party.
No, but then Soweto is like
No.
Brooklyn.
Fuck,
Yeah. Brooklyn.
you know when we went with Ruben in Soweto,
Where?
where they have bungee jumping.
Orlando.
Oh yeah, at Power. Yeah,
What's that
Power
yes.
Park.
the place?
My gosh, no.
Yeah,
Nah, that's
Power
not
Park,
Soweto,
yes.
bruh.
No, man,
It's
that's
cozy.
the area, that club.
Yes.
Man.
No, that's Power Park.
Huh? Which one?
No, man, the name of the venue, of the joint, where people can go bungee jumping next to the two towers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
about
it's-
hours. Yeah.
It's Chapozy. It's
It's
Chapozy.
Chopos.
Hey, hey,
It's
hey, Black.
Chapozy.
Hey,
Yeah,
Space.
nah, but then that's a very touristy
Wait,
part
wait,
of
wait.
Soweto.
Before I go, let me tell you this. So, David takes us. David, I'm in the car with David. There's no parking anywhere. And then I'm like, damn, dude, where we gonna park? David sticks his head out the window. They're like, hey, what's up, David? They fucking do everything so David can park. Hey, I love you, brothers, man. Be safe, man.
No,
I like
thanks a
you,
lot,
man.
Ruben.
Thanks for your time, man.
All
Stay
right, I'll
safe,
see you
bro.
Thanks a lot, bro.
All right, guys, I'm out.
All right.
Cool.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cheers, what wena? But space. I've been teaching you about the camera. Like
Yeah, what's
I've
up?
been teaching you about the camera though. You cannot shoot behind a white background because you're gonna be black as fuck, bro. Like you
What's
are
going
right
on
now.
then?
Yeah,
Space,
but
Space, you know what you look like right
yeah,
now.
but in my
Fun, like space.
I know.
We've been working now with space for so long, and then he's that guy. You
Yeah,
must
but
find
exactly,
like a neutral background.
You guys have been a technological.
I don't have a neutral background because my life is not
No.
that.
Now I'm fine. Now I'm fine.
No, you look like an old TV. Your screen is all fucked up.
No. Okay. Well, nah. Let's not do that. I can fix that. So space.
Oh, guys.
Okay, guys. Okay. Now can we get serious for a bit?
Uzanotolo,
No.
all Zano wanted to know was does
Okay.
does 5G cause coronavirus? That's all he cares about.
No,
No,
it
but
doesn't.
Uzanokolo,
No,
like
it
the
doesn't.
thing is, she must know I've got my own theories about COVID. It's just the Americans and the Chinese fighting about 5G. But anyway, we won't get into
Yeah.
that. Yeah. So now what I'm saying, guys, how has the COVID affected you? Like, guys, like me, I've not quarantined in the last 50, in the next, is it now 68 days?
Yeah.
I have not quarantined.
Mhm.
Like, I have not quarantined. Like, I've been working, even now, like at 10. Now, when you called me and saying, are we on? I just came in the house. I had a shoot, actually. But it's just drone shots.
But you saw, I think our part two have issued a statement. Someone caught corona on their set. The guys that make the river. But I
Yeah,
don't know
no, I saw briefly on Twitter.
what production were they on. The River.
Yeah, it's the river. Like I saw briefly, but I couldn't get into it now because I just got home, you know. So now, but then I'm saying that person now must go back home and quarantine, and that's it.
Yeah, no, guys,
Hmm.
be safe. You can't take a chance and get this shit in.
No, but then Dave, like I'm saying, like I've been working since day one of Corona.
Oh, you're
Kiri,
loading.
you know.
Comfort.
No,
Yeah,
boss,
I've
bona.
had
It's not
Corona.
like I've been working. It is not like I've been working at the film industry. I've got other stuff that I do, now you know that. So I was part of the essential services.
Yeah,
So
but when we know you're essential. Ronar Kawate.
no, but then now we can't. No, but then I wanna speak about uh you know that thing that you were speaking to with Chris Mapan. Now that was very deep. Like
Yeah,
I watch all of your podcasts, but then that was very deep, and I loved it.
yeah,
And I think there were and then I think there was a point when I asked you, "Where is Chris?" And you're like, "Ah, no, he's around."
yeah.
And
No,
then
that was
it's
deep. Yo,
no, like it's deep, it's deep,
that,
it's deep. Like I
well,
could, I could,
look, because I want him to be here. So we'll do a follow up session because I'm talking to him about how do we help other guys, right?
yeah,
And those of you that missed, or not sure what we're talking about, I had Chris Mapani here on Monday night. It's on YouTube. Just go to my channel, you'll find it. And he basically spoke about his experiences after he was outed on Twitter, and some women saying they felt he had sexually assaulted them somehow, or he didn't think at the time he had, or didn't see it that way. It's a long chat, I don't want to rubbish it and put it in pieces, but I want us to continue talking about it. So we'll make another time, Swart, so that we can talk about it properly. Because I don't
yeah.
want to reference him and he's not here, and then we're gonna say shit out of context.
No, 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 no.
Next thing, yeah,
Like
Space is gonna start
I,
admitting he was dating all the pro truckers and start crying and shit. So I don't want us to.
I'm not.
no, like I could really
Eh?
applaud him. Like I felt that session. Like I watched it till 1:30. We
Tshepo,
were
I told
on.
Mafani he's got balls. Like you need
He's got
balls
balls, bruh. Like I
to
don't
agree
think.
to agree that you need some sort of help to
Mm,
see what was wrong, to call every single fucking woman you've ever been with and say, hey, are you okay? I know Killer Kopana, maybe 1 or 2 nights, or
yeah.
sharp, or are you angry, or you know, and he did that with all of them, you
I
know.
can I can I can really appreciate Chris Mapani for saying that and coming out and saying, look, I did wrong, but I'm fixing me now right now. And then I hope that he's fixing the people that he's hurted in the long run. But then I really appreciated that chat. Now that chat was very powerful.
Yeah.
Like I watch all of your podcasts. No, but then that specific chat, no, because I
No,
remember
that
him
shit was
saying,
mind blowing, bro.
yeah, like I remember him saying, "Do you actually have time?" And you said, "No, I've got
Hey,
all the
Shibit.
time."
Hey,
So I
remember that
literally
moment
slept. I slept at 1:30. Now when you guys ended it
from 10 o'clock.
from 10 o'clock.
No,
That was some powerful stuff.
we'll put together a follow up session and
Yeah,
talk properly. But thanks,
Eh,
guys, for coming through tonight as well.
yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
some of
Sure,
our
sure.
followers some of these people are
Hey
shy.
guys,
Now,
please buy
some
me
people
that.
want to jump on. Yeah,
And then Space, oh, Sister Khatets, but he doesn't do anything anyway, so but it's fine.
Space, thanks for
I don't
coming
have
through.
data, guys.
No,
No, it's
thanks for
co-
spending
I
your
don't
one
have
day.
data.
I'll send you that. I don't know.
Hayi, usingamfana wena.
That's what Kiko Paul send
Ma,
space that.
usinya kae?
Never. Re singamfana ho tlamo a lo ema ko BRT a connect ko BRT mfana.
It's his.
Na
It's
na but then
Asaspana ko BRT.
I thought we now we would get into the industry side of things where we are in the industry, not because guys like it's hard. I don't wanna lie to you. Like
Yeah.
it's hard,
funny.
and then now your creativity is blocked in a way, you know. Like I
Yeah.
felt blocked. Like I'm blessed to have like I've done like 3 commercials, and today I just came back like at like 10:30 and stuff. So now, but then the thing is, how are we going to get creative after this? Not because the world has changed.
I should fit. Not Tshepo, I don't want to lie to you, bro. I wake up every day and I go out and I figure out what I'm gonna do, and it has nothing to do with my stand-up comedy. But I can't wait for Corona. I can't wait for government to announce now you can have 60 people, now you can have 100 people. That's gonna be next year. That's gonna be November. That's gonna be September when they start saying now you can have 200 people. Those shows cost me money at that
Yeah,
capacity. So
yeah.
by the time they say I can have Black Songly again, bro, it's it's gonna be next year or it's gonna be December, it's gonna be November. So that's why every night I tell everyone who's watching, guys, stop spending where you don't have to.
Yeah.
Hold on to whatever money you
Yeah.
have. Don't buy or pay for shit you don't need. Because you're gonna get to a point where you must choose between water or food and electricity. Because this shit is only about to get worse. The infections are gonna get worse. Then we're gonna self quarantine. We're gonna take ourselves back to level 5 without
Mm.
government forcing us. You
Yeah.
know? And all that's gonna matter to you is food, your kids, your wife, your family.
Yeah.
The cars are gonna park again.
Yeah.
You're gonna wear tracksuits every day again. And the most expensive shit you have in your life is not gonna save you.
Like
So
look, like right now, the richest of the richest are just like everyone else.
no funny.
They fall into middle class and lower class at the same
So
time.
basically what's happened is some rich people are okay, middle class
Yeah.
people are fucked, are screwed, right?
Yeah.
But the middle class people is what keeps the country going. Because those are the working people, those are the people paying tax, those are the people that are buying from everyone else and suppliers and renting townhouses and driving the cars and so the economy is screwed, but some rich guy can still go out tomorrow and buy a Rolls Royce, you know. And obviously there were not enough middle class people, so everyone else was poor anyway.
Like I think it's a
Right.
thing of it's just a thing of look, it's either you're rich or you're poor. There's no middle class.
Kwanyiwa.
Now it's just headed up now with this coronavirus. It's either you're
Yeah,
rich or you're
but
poor.
but the fact is now we can't say nights because I'm black, corona fucked me.
Yeah.
Nights because I'm female. From China to America to Italy, chief. So now we have to go, okay, this is where we are. How do we get out of it? What are we gonna do to survive? That's why I can no my man, it's proper jungle now. I wake up and I must go hunt.
No, but
Yeah.
then
Same here. Like I've been having the same routine like since forever because I can't do anything, and I try because I stay with my grand, so I also need to put something on the table at the end of the day because there's no income coming in. My event stuff, Leona me. So that's why I try and do other things on social media. and try and sell stuff which I can, because now I can't always be eating without actually helping out coming home or when I'm in the house. So it's all about hustling, trying to hustle, and at the same time, like you're trying to stay home in order, like for you not to like infect people in the house. Because my older sister, she's got asthma, then my grand is old. Lena, if she can get it, or when it's gonna
Yes,
be hectic. So
Yes.
yeah, so those kind of things when you so yeah, it's hard. It's hard. So
yeah.
it's
No, we all
really
just
hard.
have to be careful, and practice good hygiene. Don't do unnecessary shit. I know it's different in the townships, but
Yeah.
someone's gonna
Yeah.
pay a price at some stage, and we don't want that, and we
Mm.
don't want that to be you. We don't want that to be the person.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
So,
like, I don't
but
want to know anyone who's got
it,
corona.
it's
Like,
gonna get worse because now there's this law, this court ruling that's now saying the regulations are not legal. So now people are gonna
Eish.
go, I'm gonna do whatever I want.
yeah,
Yeah.
but then we have to
So
wait for 14 days, guys.
we're screwed either way, though.
Like
Yeah. Because
they there was a point when this corona thing started, right? And then uh now one of the businesses I'm involved in is like part of the essential services. So I've never had a day where I've actually quarantined at home. I've been working since ever since.
Yeah,
And then or it's like the 68th day. I think on the 30th day I came back home like at 9 because I wake up at 5 a.m. I go to that business, then I come back at 9 or 10. And there was a day when I was late for work, and then my daughter, it actually touched me. Like, she cried and said, "But daddy, why aren't you at home?"
yes, yes.
Nah, that's deep, bruh. Like, she cried, like,
yeah.
now when I came into the house, she just climbed and I held her, and I felt like Kakna because I couldn't do anything. Now, because at the
Yeah,
end of the day,
Mm.
you have to keep the household rolling all the time.
Yeah.
Like, now, because I don't have a 9 to 5, none of us here have a 9 to 5. So
Mm.
you have to do what you have to do just to keep it afloat. I mean, like,
yeah,
if I had to stay at home, I've got a ripple effect of like 4 families. And four
yeah.
families, you counting 10 people. So I've got 40 people behind my back.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, bro. I don't
So,
even want to talk about employing people.
and I'm fortunate I haven't caught the coronavirus.
Yeah.
Like, I test every now and then. Like, I test every, like at the business, we test every 3 weeks. And it's nice that it comes out negative. So
Yeah,
it's quite hectic. You must
yeah.
just take
Yeah.
precautions, stay at home if you can, and don't move around. And yeah,
No, man, it's gonna be
Yeah.
here. I mean, I didn't do the broadcast last night. I told you because a friend of mine's mom passed away. Not
yeah,
from this, but obviously now it's like we all sit and be like, yeah, funerals. This is where people get it. This, that, da 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 da. And then when it hits home or when it happens to someone then you are like,
yeah,
hey,
Mm.
we have to go to Space's mom's house. We have to go to Swart's house because he just lost his mom. You
yeah,
understand? And
yeah,
obviously, you
Yeah.
have your masks and sanitizers and whatever. And that's the reality, bro. The reality versus
Yeah.
what you think or what you're told or what you must do, what you're supposed to do. And
Mm.
that moment when you realize, already, hey, now I know someone who's got this thing. Now I know someone whose family member has got this thing. It's a
mm.
totally different
Yeah. Yeah.
story.
It
Once you
it it like it hits you hard.
Mm.
Like
And
in a way.
yeah, and again, it's also sad when you Yeah, like it's also sad also when you actually can't go to a funeral of someone that you know because you are scared of that number which they put, like they said like 50, because there was like a funeral down the road I couldn't go to because they said like 50 people, and it's someone who I knew, but then they would count how many people are there,
Yeah.
so that's
Mm.
also yeah, crazy because you can't really
No,
go
but then
there and
On,
like the biggest thing like in our industry, like it's very affected, guys. Like I remember doing a commercial last week.
yeah.
Like I had to carry lights. Oh no, of which I do, but no, that's not my department. But I had to carry lights now because they had to minimize crew,
Yeah.
and I understand it not because of the cause and if I work for a company or a company hires me, like I understand, like they had to cut costs because they couldn't have
yeah.
usually 50 people that they had. There was only 10 of us on set doing a whole commercial, and then now you can't just stand there and say no, I'm just a sound guy, so I'm not gonna help with anything else. So like it's going to affect it has changed our lives forever. So now
No,
that's what I'm saying. Like it's changed our lives forever. Like whereby from 50 crew cut down to 10. Now that's a big number. 40 families will not have food.
this is
Nah,
my
that's a
guest
sad part.
on Saturday night. He's a Ghanaian comedian.
Nah, which one is that?
I put his Twitter handle there and his Instagram and whatever.
DKBghana.
Saturday night,
Okay.
DKBghana.
Oh, what is some Tom fan?
You must go check him on Twitter.
Hey, you know me, I'm very
Okay, yeah.
critical of new comedians. Eh?
No, you must check him out.
I know how you are, Tshepo.
No, like I'm very
I know how
critical.
you.
Like if the guy's not funny, is not funny. Is this guy
No,
funny?
that's what it meant.
Mm.
We'll see Saturday night. But go check out his social media or his Twitter or whatever. He is.
Yeah, like I think
There's
I'll
a lot
go.
of
I'll
funny
go.
comedians in Africa, and that's who I want to find and start working with so that we can tour the continent. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
be talking
Like
to African
I spend a
comedians.
lot of like now. I spend a lot of time now shooting commercials in Tanzania, right? And
Yeah.
there's really funny guys there. Like I can believe you now when you say there's a lot of guys who are actually funny, but they're not in the limelight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they
No,
always say, "Hey, no, now how South Africa? What?" I'm like, "Hey, braish."
but Tshepo, you've been watching comedy how many years? And who are your favorite comedians in South Africa at the moment?
In South Africa.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna mention because I'm gonna be biased. But then my favorite Asia
Yeah.
is Eugene Koza.
Yeah.
I worked with Eugene Koza about 10 years ago on Countdown 2010. I still think he's the funniest guy ever. I think he's still funny, but I haven't seen his latest stuff. But I've seen him like 5 years back. He's quite funny. It's
Yeah.
Eugene Koza. Then you've got Mpopops. Mpopops is like hot,
It's
like
like
he's
what?
hot funny. He's like hot funny. He's that guy more he's that guy who will throw those jokes, and I can relate. Um, I
I
think
should have
Skumba is that guy as well.
I should
Like
have asked
ile Le Harplum. Yeah?
I should have asked the audience who are their favorite comedians.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
Boy,
there's
rapper.
there's quite limited people. Like now
Yeah.
because if you're funny, like it's a different scope, I think. Like
Yeah.
now you know me, I'm critical of who's funny.
Yeah.
And that puppet guy, now that you always bring to blacks only, I think is funny.
Man.
Chester.
Yeah,
Oh,
but Chester missing. Chester missing.
No,
And
like
Conrad.
Chester
Yeah.
missing.
Yes. Chester missing.
I think another guy is funny though. Like it's
Chester
like dark
missing
humor,
Conrad.
Joe. Like it's like dark humor,
Yeah.
but if you don't get it, you will never get it.
I wish you and Space could
Yeah.
see how dark you are with your dark humor.
Ah man. I
Before I
even got a
wrap,
light here.
before I wrap this thing up, I want to say this
No,
picture.
like I've got a light here. I took a whole light.
No, gents, but thanks for joining me, man. It's literally 2 hours.
No, but then I think maybe next week now we must have songs on.
Yeah, no.
She won't do it. She won't do it. You know how
No,
you-
she will
won't
do it when I talk to her.
Cheers, Sakovachev.
Okay.
Now you know me.
What up?
Like I
No.
think songs will do it when I talk to her about next week.
Okay.
Yeah, but you
And
must have
just
a proper topic and a proper.
yes, a proper topic in terms of the industry, like now, because I think now Ruben took the spotlight now tonight. Now, but then
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like in terms of entertainment side, we are taking a knock, and people don't see that. Like we taking a proper knock. Like now, remember now when we were busy WhatsApping, like when because we were planning about the blacks only,
Yeah.
and then that got cancelled because of COVID.
Yeah.
Now that's a big knock.
I don't even want to talk about that.
Yeah.
shit.
'Cause-
Are you feeling emotional, David Carl?
There, I don't even want to go there. I had to come to terms with it and just accept. And what's one? So you can't complain to someone who owns a restaurant, same boat. I can't complain to my friends who are in construction, same boat. You know, everybody got screwed by this thing. But we can't focus on this thing. That's why I was saying to you, we wake up tomorrow, it's another day, we go and do what we have to do. That's it.
Yeah, but then doing what you have to do, it gets hard now sometimes. Like there are times when I get tired.
Yeah.
Time's
Now
not
because I don't do what exactly what I love.
It does. Tshepo. I fucking wake up and I don't want to get out of bed and I sit on my phone. It helps to have kids that snap you out of it. But fuck
I've
it,
got
man.
one kid.
Talk about
I've
it
got
another
one kid. I've got one kid, and
I have a
Keep it that-
niece.
now
I have a niece.
and I'm okay.
Keep it that
And
way.
I'm okay. No. I think I talked to my wife about it. Like
Keep it that
I'm
way.
okay with one kid. Like I'm okay with one kid. And I don't think she's into terms now with one kid. But I'm okay with one kid. And I look at your lives now all the time, got 3 kids, bro. Hey,
Tshepo, go make a kid. Good night. Go make
never,
another one.
never.
Space. Space, go make.
Spacey and I space I no
Space
space
go-
who tlamehile ne a jole pele.
Go make a Lego girlfriend. That's what I was going to
Wow. Wow, really? 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 Really?
No, like I'm gonna talk 2 songs, ne? We're
Yeah.
gonna come up with a nice topic.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
I think now with songs the one now would come not because she's always profound. So
Yeah.
But we must
Good
balance,
point.
balance the serious shit here and the comedy. I don't want to come out here as
because like
Mabuza said.
like the thing is
Mm.
we must balance it out. Yes, I agree. No, but then the talk 2 days back, now that was real. No, that was real talk with comedy infused in it.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed it. We
No,
must
let's
do a
do
cut
it.
down of that.
Tomorrow night we're back 10 p.m. guys. I'll make sure these guys don't bring shit sound. Whoever is coming.
No. Now I've sorted it out, so it's fine. I knew where was my problem. I'm still using an iPhone 6, so that was a problem.
I'm still using the iPhone 5S,
my
and I don't have data, but I'm using iPhone.
Oh, saspanisa mobile wena man. No. Yeah, I think Temba is right. Skumba and Gao and Pops, they killed it at Makufe. Now remember Makufe though.
That was the last time.
No, okay, right.
No, don't start other topics now.
Yeah, okay, sharp.
We'll talk about that shit. Now I'm
Now
gonna
we'll
be here
talk about.
6 days, 6 nights a week. For
But
the
then
rest
now
of
you
my
know that
life,
I'm always here. Like I'm always watching.
my life, I'm gonna be here. So guys, I'll
Not
be here.
only if I had data to watch everything.
Human
Only if
space
I had data
as
to watch
space.
everything.
I said that.
No, it's fine, space. We'll send you data. Don't worry.
No, like space. I
Thank
said
you.
that
Thank you.
it's data.
Tshepo.
Hey, that's not all I wrote in it.
Cheers, guys.
Sharp,
Shut up.
sharp.
Sure, boy.
Sure.
Like,
Sharp.
hey guys, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Go and like and comment. Put the notification sign on so you know when we have a new video. Thank you so much for your support. I appreciate it. I know the sound was dodgy at the beginning. Yeah, man. Just it always depends on what's happening with data, with the person that I'm talking to, what device are they using. So a bit out of my control. I'll go and chop and edit here and there and repackage this thing, take out all the technical sound things out. Thanks to Ruben Paul for coming out. Shout out to Space. Catch him in David Gow's house. It's on my channel. Swart, thanks, man. And you guys, like literally, I'm starting to know all of you by first names. From Mozambique to Mtwai, Tumeleng, every night, Solomon, Sizwe. Shout out, guys. Thank you so much. Godfrey Mahlangu, Temba, Buitumelo, wherever you are. I'm not sure when you left. Like I'm starting to literally know you guys by first names. Jali Fatafari, Kagiso Lkhotlo was here. This guy. Why didn't you join us, man? But guys, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I appreciate your support. I'm gonna send you guys a link where you can start donating whatever you wanna donate, or we can fundraise for other things that we need. Tomorrow night, I'm giving away some masks at my golf country club, Kilani Country Club. Let me show you. The Princess Charlene of Monaco Foundation has sent me some masks. And we're trying to raise money for this foundation and OG Molefe's foundation. I play golf with OG Molefe. So we're going to donate some masks to the caddies where we play golf. No one is thinking about caddies right now. Masks and sanitizers. So tomorrow I'll be at my country club. We're gonna donate some masks. Check out the hashtag. It's called Strong Together. Go to my Instagram page. There's a link where you can go and donate and stand a chance to win a trip to the Monaco Grand Prix May 2021. And then we're going to go to Soweto. Oji Molefe Foundation looks after a couple of kids. We're going to give them masks, sanitizers. And then I'm going to keep some masks for home in Kronstadt. Maybe weekend I'll go and drop them off. So thank you guys. I really appreciate it. I will be back here tomorrow night at 10 p.m. I think it's always dope to surprise. Look who's coming online now, just as I'm leaving. Just as I was leaving. I said to you guys on Saturday, this is my guest on Saturday. And guess who just bought data? Guess who just bought themselves some data? And now they are coming online. They are seeing they are buying their special day. How much you are paying for data for 1 gig in Ghana?
1 gig, I would say, 1 gig. 1 gig is okay. How much is how much is a dollar in rand?
It used to be 15 rand, then it was 19 rand. Now it's 17 rand 20. So
Okay, so 1 gig is $1 here.
1 gig is 17 rand.
Yeah, 17 rand. Yeah, is it too much?
No, we pay 5 times what you pay for 1 gig.
I remember when I came to South Africa.
We used to pay 149 rand. We used to pay $12 to $15 for 1 gig.
Does your president know about this? Does the parliament know? Can't they do anything about it?
Our president owns MTN, oh.
Yo,
Our president is a shareholder.
Ramaphosa.
Yeah, MTN.
So wait, so the M in Ramaphosa stands for MTN. Man. Jeez, man. This is no, this is not a country. This is a business.
Yes, as
your country is a business, man.
Man, it's a business, but the profit is not coming home. You are killing my audience.
What?
How are you, brother?
Yo, I'm fine. I'm just shocked at what you just told me. Wow.
So it's 10 p.m. for you. It's 10 past 10 p.m. for you, right?
Yeah.
Wednesday night.
Yeah, sure.
In South Africa now, it's Thursday morning.
Yeah, you have to move ahead. You have to enter the following day because your condition. You have to. If your president owns shares in MTN, you're always ahead of people when it comes to time. You have to be ahead. You have to be, brother.
How long was your lockdown? 5 days? 2 days? 2 hours? 6 hours?
No, we also had cases here. Our first lockdown went 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And then he came back with another 2 weeks.
Like a competition. You get more.
Yeah. Now, can you imagine Nigerians are competing Ghana over coronavirus? Nigeria cannot just allow Ghana to be in peace. They compete us in movies, in music. Coronavirus, they want to compete us.
They want to have the highest infections.
I'm like, how? like you see them online. Common Ghana get 2,000 corona cases, and a whole Nigeria, we only have 1,002. We need to work harder. Like, are you crazy?
How many cases did you have? Or do you have
We are hitting 8,000.
8,000 for us is the past 4 days.
Shush, man, damn. And
The past 4 days.
our recoveries are around 2,400.
Damn.
And
Brother,
then 34 deaths. 34 deaths.
I look forward to Saturday, man. You know, I'm telling
Yeah.
people we met on Twitter, and
Right.
it's crazy, you know. For me, which makes sense because you're 2 hours behind, right?
Right.
For me, when I'm like about to go to sleep or I can't sleep at night, it's like 11 p.m., midnight. Then I go to my Twitter and you're always at the top of my timeline. And then I start replying to your tweet.
I think that the time zone difference where you are about to go to work, I am now on Twitter having fun. You're about to sleep, I'm now on Twitter having fun. It makes me look like our time zone makes me look like I'm unemployed, So wait, David, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
That sound you make, how do you spell it? Where? How do you spell it?
I'll spell it for you. Let me spell it for you. I can't believe you know that sound. How do you even know that sound, brother? That's how you spell it, huh? Don't get the wrong E's, oh.
HWEEERRR.
Yeah, don't pick it up and put one extra R. Then you're gonna sound like then you're gonna sound like you need to say put
I'm
1, 2,
just
3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 R's.
8 hours,
Put
5
one extra
E.
R, it's a mess.
It's a one extra hour is a I'm just happy. I'm just happy, brother. I'm just happy you are South African and you are not Ghanaian, because with this Nigerians will be pissed off.
Why?
Common David Cow. He gets and we don't even have Let's Nigerians will tell you, you know what, my brother, you know what? Let's remove 3 R from David Cow's so ours will be and he cannot take lead.
They're very competitive.
Nigerians
are very competitive, my brother.
They're too competitive.
I've been there many times. I do a show with Basket Mouth.
Okay.
For film festival.
Movie.
Yeah. I've been there a couple of times, brother.
Right.
I can't wait to go to Ghana.
We are waiting for you.
Last December, we had planned. We wanted to come to the Ghanachella. What is it?
Afrochella.
Afrochella. we wanted to come to the Ghanachella.
Johannesburg will be Johannachella.
we wanted to come to Ghanachella, but the accommodation.
I was on stage.
The accommodation was more expensive than Sandton City.
Are you serious?
Oh, now the prices are bad.
Man, you should have called me. I was on stage. I was hosting it.
I was gonna say, when we come now, we're coming to your village, or we're coming to your house, we're coming to your compound.
Come to my house. I am Chief Mazi Ekwe of the Ogorogo village. That is my house now. Come, my brother.
But I'm worried, brother. I've seen you've got silver curtains. Huh?
It's too private to be said here. This is a personal conversation between you and I. Come on, don't respect yourself, David. Respect yourself, David. Don't do this to me, David. Please don't do this. People respect me a lot. A lot of people have a lot of respect for me. Don't do this, my brother. You see, this is what pisses off Julius Malema. The African brother cannot wait to disgrace his fellow African brother anywhere he goes. If I have a silver curtain, it's not my fault. It was the white man who gave it to me.
Do you talk about South African politics or South African current affairs in your shows in Ghana? Maybe
Okay,
can I have
so they don't really people don't really know that Jacob Zuma is crazy. They don't really know. The only time Jacob Zuma became a star in Ghana was when he was trying to mention, was it an amount or so? Was it he's trying to? I know the mistakes are so many you can't remember, but this one, what is it? I think he was trying to say one was a word and then one was an amount. 300,017. No, 300,017. Okay, 17, 300. 305,000,017. I'm like, Zuma, just chill and just read the numbers 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll mention it ourselves. Man, it was just so. But
before you
I think
go,
I'm the only person who has told a few jokes about South Africa because I've been there and I've seen your landscape.
So there's this app called Zumanator, which is a Zuma calculator. So give me a number that I will multiply or add to another number, and then you will hear the answer.
Okay. 20 plus 400.
It's not 250.
Huh?
769, 800 and 700. Listen properly. 769,820 and 70.
He's not done. He's still reading. Yo.
Give me another number. Give me another sum.
I'm done. It's okay. My account is full. I'm done.
I'll give you a number.
I'm busy, boy.
Can I give you a number?
My son is trying to.
Wait, who designed it?
Yo, I don't know. I randomly found it.
Jesus is Lord.
So you are saying your listen.
What is he saying?
800 multiplied by 96.
Thank you very much for that.
Wait, you can find it on Google Play Store.
Saturday night, 10 p.m. South African time, 8 p.m. Ghana time. We're gonna ban YouTube Live. We're gonna ban Facebook Live. We're gonna set it on fire.
Straight up. 800 times.
We're gonna have a comedy stream on Saturday night in Africa.
Straight up.
I can't wait, man. Thanks for popping in.
I can't wait to.
Thanks for popping in today. I can't wait.
I got you.
After Corona, we are coming to Ghana. You are coming to South Africa.
Most definitely. Ghana Chella. South Africa Chella.
Thanks so much, bro.
Respect. All right, man.